What is up, guys? I've been meaning to make this video for a while now, and I'm finally getting round to it. At the start of the year, I made it my goal to run my first ultra marathon. So from January to June, I ran about 1,100 kilometers in training and finished it off with a 53 kilometer ultra marathon out in the Avon Valley. Now, I wanted to make this video today to go over all the gear, all the equipment that I used. So hopefully it could help you guys out if you're looking to get into running or long distance running and you're thinking, what do I need? So I've got all my gear sprawled out on the floor here. For those that know me, I'm not very organized, so I'm just going to pick stuff up off the floor here and talk you through it. So let's start with some dirty old socks. Now, I found that the Under Armour Heat Gear socks, the crew sock, was the perfect sock for me. I didn't get any blisters or anything like that, even when changing from worn-in shoes to brand new shoes. These are spot on, and you can see they've been thrashed out a little bit. I really like the higher sock, the crew sock, because I found that with ankle socks, stuff can get in between, well, into your socks, not in between your sock and your shoe, but actually in your sock. And then the high sock sort of stops that from happening without the need for those little gaiter things on your shoes. So Under Armour Heat Gear socks, bought like a 10-pack of these from Rebel, spot on. Did the job for me, and you can see they're being thrashed out. All right, what is next? Headlamp. Now, I went through a couple of different headlamps, and then I found like this was the brightness I needed. So don't go cheap on the headlamp. I'm not sure how much this was. I got it from Kathmandu, but the one below it just wasn't bright enough. I went out for a run with Benny, and he had like a cheap fishing one, and his was better than mine. And I was like, oh, what's going on? I got to sort myself out. So this is 100 lumens, I think, from Kathmandu, and make sure you get as bright a one as you can. And this helped me out on those early morning runs, so I actually could see where I was going, because it does get dark out there, especially out in the Salt Lakes here in Rockingham. That did the job perfect for me. That's from Kathmandu. Moving on, a bit of nutrition. So this is pretty much what my race nutrition consisted of, or more so my training nutrition. These are all from Rebel as well. These are like Goo Chews, which I was a big fan of them. It's like eating lollies. Texture of the old carb gels is a bit funny, and some people won't really agree with them, but I got a pretty good stomach, so I can just sort of bang back what I want. And that is a muesli bar, Uncle Toby's. How good. So I sort of just used to grab a bunch of these. Good thing about nutrition, or getting the nutrition stuff from like Rebel, is if you go on the net, there's just like there's too much choice, and sometimes just having like a couple of choices in front of you and just try them out is the best way to go about it. Otherwise, you just sit there and you're like, what one should I get? So to see them in the shop, just grab them, see if you like them, and try them out. And yeah, obviously, I think every Aussie pantry should have like some sort of Uncle Toby's going on. So that's the nutrition as well. And then the other stuff was just carb powder that I put in my hydration packs. Speaking of hydration pack, this might be straight up from Kmart, or maybe Camping World, I'm not too sure. That is a 2.5 or 3 litre Camelback or water bladder, and that went in the back of my running vest, which is from Kathmandu as well. Good thing about Kathmandu, it sort of has that stuff that you would otherwise have to buy online. Like Kathmandu's only sort of been around, or been in Perth. The shops have been in Perth for a few years now, but it's good to be able to see the stuff that you need rather than just buying it off the net and hoping that it works. So running vest from Kathmandu. I probably got this one size too big. I did lose a bit of weight from when I started running till race day, but it was a bit too big, so I just had to make sure it was nice and tight. But you got all the space for like your soft bottles on the front here. You got these big pouches that are nice and expandable. I can still feel something in there. I think that's chafe butter. That's still there from my race. But you can just chuck your keys in there if you need to. You've also got the spot for the water bladder at the back there, or you can even chuck spare clothes in there, which I did a fair bit as well. And you can even cinch stuff on the back there. That was from Kathmandu. I think it's called the Zeolite running vest. Comes with 2 of these bad boys. So I just put carb powder in these, or even just Gatorade powder, which is the same thing. Moving on, what else have we got? Shorts. Now, you got to be comfortable when you're running. You don't want to be getting chafed, thighs, all that sort of stuff. So I wear Patagonia shorts all day, every day. I've got about 4 pairs of these bad boys. They are sick. I like to run with my phone in my front pocket here. And the good thing about these, the best thing about these is they've got a real deep front pocket, so nothing's fallen out. I've cursed myself now. They got a back pocket with the clip. They're just really sturdy, really well made. They've been thrashed out. This is my first pair, and I've got 3 other pairs as well. So they're from Patagonia. I think they come in a 7-inch and a 5-inch. I wear these all day, every day. Favorite shorts. All right, what do we got here? A hat from Buff, nice and easy. Keeps me shady. Doesn't make you sweat too much. It's very light and very breathable. So that's from Buff, and I like all the colors that Buff do. They're sweet. Now, what else do we got? Oh, headphones. Headphones. So I used to just run with the old iPhone. Apple headphones. Not the in-ear ones, the ones with the cord, the old school ones. And then I upgraded to a pair of JBLs from JB Hi-Fi that sort of were in-ear and then round the back. And then I got these free with my phone plan at Telstra. And they're worth about $250. So I was pumped on that, getting them free. Had to sign my life away for 24 months though. But they were pretty sweet. They last about 3 to 4 hours. Bluetooth headphones, they sit in there nicely. They're Plantronics ones. They are quality. I like them. They could be louder, but it's probably for your own health that they don't go so loud. What else have we got here? I think we're on to the last thing, guys. Oh, actually, last 2. The most important. Shoes. So, I started off running in Ultra Superior. I think they were the 2s, and I think these are the 3.5s. But I did about 500 kilometers training in these. They are a 0 drop shoe, which means that there is no drop from heel to toe. It is completely flat. There's not much to these. These are probably more of a minimalist type of trail shoe compared to like your Hoka and that sort of stuff. But they did me really well. But the biggest complaint is they're just daggy looking. Like, look how, it's just a dad shoe. It's not cool at all. Yeah, it did the job. Good tread. Like, if they were ever wet, it wasn't a bother. They dried really quickly, all that sort of stuff. But they're just ugly. So I upgraded and I sold out and I got these bad boys. How good are these? These are the Nike Kyger 5s, and I love that colorway. It's not going to be for everyone, but these shoes were spot on for me. So I did my 53K in this. I did the majority of my training in these as well. No dramas, no blisters. There's no sort of ripping or tearing in there at all. They are a spot on shoe. I really like these shoes. They have like a 8 or 9 drop, I think, but I didn't really notice the difference. A little bit more cushion than the Ultras, but man, I was stoked on these. And then I've got the Wild Horse 5s as well, but these, like, I love that pink and blue. I reckon they're sick. Lastly, a watch. So I started off with a TomTom watch, which was an absolute panic. I bought it a fair few years ago and only really started using it, and then I realized very quickly I need a new watch. So I don't even think TomTom do watches anymore, but just get yourself a Garmin. There is a few little problems with Garmin, more so with the tracking and the uploading and all that sort of stuff, but this watch lasted me the full 53 kilometers and then was still on for like another week after that. I wouldn't normally wear a watch, but if I did buy one, it would probably look a little bit more like this. So it's nice, well, it's stylish if you ask me. This is just the entry level. I think it's $300-400. And I don't spend my money too quickly, but you can spend, up towards grand's worth on a GPS, but this is a good entry level one, the Garmin Instinct. So there it is, guys. I hope that helps with some of your decisions, with what you need. To be fair, all you need is a good attitude and to get out on those getaway sticks and get running. So I really hope that helped. Till next time, hopefully I can start making these videos a little bit more often. If you've watched this far, you're a legend. Catch ya.